If you're all out of flowers and can't play he loves me not, I've got your back. I wish it were that easy to figure out if a guy likes you or not, but unfortunately, we need to put in some effort. So, how do you test if a guy likes you? When I say test, I'm not talking about mind games, but more so looking for clues and cues that point to how he feels. Check out our previous video about what a guy always does when he likes you, but not before you hear these 9 ways to figure out if he likes you through observation and a little legwork. Number 1, look for clues from his friends. A guy's friends will tell you more than he will when it comes to initial feelings, but they won't say it with words. The first thing to look out for is the moment you meet his friends. Are they extra excited to meet you? Do they say they've heard a lot about you? Do they start teasing him in front of you to make him look silly or dumb? All of these behaviors are big clues that this guy likes you. These clues are much more obvious if the dude you're looking into is younger than 25, because guy friends tend to be more rambunctious at this age. If you're interested in an older guy with more mature friends, you'll hear them bring up topics about you or your friendship with this guy that they would only know because he's been talking about you in his free time. Once, I went over to this guy's house and met some of his family, and his little cousin blew up his spot by telling me that he's been in a much better mood ever since he met me. The guy was mortified, but I got the biggest clue ever that he was falling for me and went home with a smile. Number 2, analyze his texting style. I'm going to assume that you guys are texting regularly. At least you should be if there's any chance that he's into you. Sift through his messages and try to read into them. How big is he on emojis? On rare occasions, you'll have a dry texter in your life and it won't mean that they don't like you. However, nowadays it's pretty rare, so I wouldn't get my hopes up if this guy texts you as if you're his insurance agent. Even the most serious of guys tend to use emojis when they're texting a chick they like. He could be 6'4" and full of tattoos, yet sending you teddy bear and heart eye emojis like there's no tomorrow. Oh, and to clarify, I am not talking about the eggplant or finger emojis. Those don't mean he likes you. They mean he likes a certain part of you. When it comes to messages, also note how flirty he is. If he asks a lot about your mundane daily routine to keep the conversation going, and if he mentions things you've said in the past, like bringing up special dates, checking in when you have a big event going on, and stuff like that. And of course, pay attention to who is initiating the conversations. It should be a 50-50 split, or he should be initiating more than you if he's really into you. Number 3, pay attention when he puts you on his social media. I pay a lot of attention to my social media, and by that, I mean to my subscribers. I would love to add you to the clan if you liked this video. Or just a thumbs up would be much appreciated. Anyway, if your guy's barely on social media, he may not post you until you two are official. This is all well and good. If he's an average social media user though, he'll have no problem posting you in group hangouts or if you two are doing something fun together, especially on temporary posts like 24-hour stories. If he's really present on social media, you'll notice you make an appearance way more than you thought you would as a friend. This is him paving the way to a relationship. Plus, he makes other guys almost assume you two are dating, meaning you become off limits. You can also notice how a guy interacts with you on social media. He doesn't have to post to like your pics. This should be a given for anyone who likes you. If he's braver, he'll even respond to some of your stories with a fire or hard eyes emoji or a complimentary comment. Do you know how many relationships I know that started through social media? I'll give you a clue. I went to 2 of their weddings this past year. If he watches all of your stories and sees your posts but never interacts with them, then he isn't too sure of his feelings just yet. Trust me. Number 4, look for physical and psychological cues. We do certain things subconsciously when we like someone. They're both embarrassing and helpful because we can pinpoint someone's feelings without them noticing. You're going to want to look out for a lot of eye contact or extreme embarrassment or nervousness when you do make eye contact. Their feet may point towards you when sitting or standing, their pupils could dilate when they see you, their hands should be open at their sides, and they may unknowingly mirror your movements. You can test the latter by slowly tilting your head during a conversation and seeing if they do the same. You could also lean forward to test out the same trick. When you're in a group setting, this person may migrate toward you and try to sit or stand near you. There are a ton of physical and psychological cues that a crush is sure to show. Number 5, ask him to be your date for a formal event. If you ask a guy to be your date to a formal dance, dinner, holiday party, wedding, or another big event, they'll only say yes for 2 reasons. One is that they like you, and the second is that they're your good friend who wants to help you out. I used to have a huge crush on one of my friends, Tim. There was a formal event coming up at the time, and I was dying to go with him, even though he was kind of talking to some other girl at the time. Tim ended up going to the event with me, and we had a great time. But that other girl was present, and Tim was still into her. Even though he didn't like me as more than a friend at that moment, we had an awesome time together. Eventually, when things didn't work out with that girl, Tim tried making it up to me and getting romantic, but that ship had sailed. Either way, I had a great time at the event and appreciated our time together as friends. You may have a different outcome where the night gets romantic fast. Since this strategy isn't a given though, make sure to pair it with some other things on this list. Number 6, see how he reacts to hanging out one-on-one. If you haven't already, ask him to hang out with you alone and see how he reacts. If you're nervous about this step, you can give it a bit of a backstory. For example, tell him you had plans to go somewhere with a friend, but they bailed, and ask him to tag along instead. You should choose a non-romantic location or event for your first one-on-one time together. If he's instantly in with no hesitation or questions, he flat out likes you. If he instead starts to ask questions, says he'll let you know, or wants to invite someone else along, he's keeping you in the friend zone for now. Number 7, test the waters by mentioning your dating life. You'll have to be careful here because I am not promoting playing any mind games. If you try to make him jealous, it could backfire, so play it safe. Up until now, you aren't sure if he likes you or not, which means you're still single and able to meet other people. You could bring up dating in general by talking about the struggles of dating or what you've encountered out there. If he asks you more questions about it, he's probably interested in you. If he just agrees with you and continues, this indifference points to a general disregard for you in a romantic light. Number 8, see if he plans things around you. If a guy likes you, he'll want you around, so he'll be more prone to planning around your schedule. Maybe he'll switch dates around if you ask to hang out on a day he has plans, or he'll ask you about your availability before solidifying his schedule for the week. When a man prioritizes you, he likes you. I've dated guys who have put me second to their group of friends, and it has never ended well. I've also dated a 5-star stud who prioritized me as you should a serious relationship, and surprise, surprise, we are still dating and happy as ever. Number 9, avoid the games and ask him discreetly. If you're watching this video and have made it to the end, you probably don't have the guts to straight up ask this guy if he likes you, and that's okay. Luckily, there's a way to do it discreetly. Ask him about his love life, if he's seeing anyone, and what he's looking for. If he says he's looking and describes a person or situation that you could match, you have a good shot. If not, you're better off putting your energy elsewhere. You're sitting here wondering how to tell if this guy likes you. Now you have 9 ways to get the investigation started. So what are you waiting for? Let me know how it goes. As always, I'm rooting for you, and thanks for watching.